welcome folks. We have a special person today. We have Paresh, our friend, right next to us, and we are going to delve into a very interesting conversation, so stay tuned. Okay, over to you. We'd love to have your introduction.
Sure, thank you, Gina and Pari, for inviting me for this small conversation. So today I'll be taking everyone through photography, right? And then, to introduce myself, I'm Parasha, formerly Parasha
Right.
Bandari, and I'm commonly known as Paresh Bandari in social media and all.
Right.
I'm a full-time banker, and as a part-time, I do photography mostly. So we'll be talking on that today. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, Paresh, man with many hobbies, but today we are basically delving into one of his very special, very interesting hobby, that is photography, which we all love and we are intrigued about it, and we are definitely gonna know more about it. So, let's just get into
the conversation now.
knowing how did he get into photography.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. I was around in class 8 or 9 when I had my first smartphone. After which I started interest in photography then,
Right.
and that was the first time I started with the photography, and basically with the interest in art field, any form of art. So that naturally came in as a part of the artistic project. So I was always interested in photography. So that is when I started my photography career.
Cool.
And later on, after joining with my present profession, I could afford my gear, so I bought my first gear in the year at around 2016. I bought my semi-professional camera, Nikon, for which I had to sacrifice my whole tour's money, so that I can buy it. Then after I started it professionally, because I was much interested in the field. And later I could upgrade. Recently I upgraded my gear, and then now I'm into the photography.
Right.
No.
Cool. Sounds
Okay.
good.
So-
That's how we start, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Okay,
Paresh,
right.
as you know, like we live in a very digital era right now, and then everyone with this smartphone is like a photographer now.
So,
Yeah, right?
exactly.
So, in your personal experience, how does photography, like, what does photography mean to you? Like, it's a
Right.
form of
Right,
self-expression.
right.
So, can you give something like how do you express yourself through photography?
So, okay, before I go into in detail, I would like to say one small quote, which says like, the good photograph is the one which you have taken from the place where you stand. So, that defines the perspective of the photography, and I believe each and every who has the camera in their smartphone or any gadgets that can capture the photograph can be a good photographer indeed. And then to be a good photographer, what I believe is you should have a very good taste of what do you say that very good personal taste on the way you see the things.
Okay.
So I believe that's the most important part in photography, because we have a lot of photographers wherein it's about the frames and everything, but anybody with a camera can be a photographer with his own perspective, the way they see.
Right.
So basically, it is all about how you. It's basically all about a story that you cannot express it
I
with
love
the
that.
words, right? So that's the definition. So anywhere, anytime can be a good photography indeed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that take on it, you know. Basically, it's like the self-expression, no? I mean,
So,
how do you look at a thing? I mean, how I look at a thing is very different from how she does and
Yeah.
how you do. So,
Exactly.
basically trying to share our own little perspective, and that's the whole idea of Hive Mind is we share our stories and our take to things.
So, What I actually wanted to know is, you do have a 9 to 5 job, right? Apart from, do you think like having a hobby like photography or any other hobbies for those people who are living a life in autopilot mode, do you think like it's very beneficial? How does it help? Maybe it can help. How does it help you to cope up with the stress that you're going through?
Sure, exactly. So as you said, every individual are, because definitely financially it's very important for you to be working somewhere to feed yourself. So and hobby are some kind of things that it's a kind of thing that every individual should possess, and then it is very necessary for every individual to have a kind of hobby.
Right.
It can be anything, not necessarily photography or reading or anything, but it can be anything, but which defines yourself indeed. People are into the hobbies where it shows your personality indeed, and then it is who you are indeed. Your hobby defines who you are indeed. So it's very important for you to have any kind of photography.
I really like that.
I
Your
know.
hobby defines who you are.
It's a little
Take
bit
that.
of your persona.
Yeah,
La, la, la.
yeah,
We're like,
I-
caption that out, man.
Okay, basically, first of all, I would like to define that there are photography. The term itself is a very broad term
Right.
because it's a very big, it's a kind of ocean thing, and then you have your own personal interest in photography also.
Yeah.
So basically, I do, my personal favorite is landscape photography,
Okay.
which shows the beauty of the places.
Right.
And next can be, I've done a lot of work on modeling also.
Oh, okay.
I've done with the event photographies and all.
Right,
So
right.
personally, but I'm interested into landscapes and then the portraits, especially with the scenic areas and all.
Right.
So where I can express and then show the beauty of the area.
Oh.
So this is my field of interest. And then okay, inspiration on that basically would be like inspiration came in only after the social media was quite popular in the country itself, because there I came to know that people are interested in showing off their talents. It's a kind of platform where you can show your own talent. So and that does not necessarily mean that everybody has to like it, because we have the taste that we have will not always sync with the everybody's kind of ideas. So you have your own kind of what do you call, fan base where they'll sync
Yeah.
where they can connect to with the story that are in the photo. So that's where I started getting into photography, more into it, and then gradually I improved. Definitely, I had to improve a lot, and then I worked hard on that also. I did a lot of research, the composition techniques, the lightings, a lot of things are there into the photography. So definitely, I went in detail, and I made a lot of studies on that to be where I am today. I missed one of the question.
How do you go by with your photography?
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
what are the basic
Thanks.
steps that if you want to share?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, after taking a beautiful picture by myself, what I do is like I post it in the social media definitely,
Right,
and then and when I get a lot of hate, a lot of likes and shares, then that inspires me more to be
Yeah,
better on
that
it.
motivates
Yeah,
you.
that motivates
That
me.
hits your dopamine.
Yes, exactly. And that inspires me more to be a good photographer
That's
for that.
nice. That's really
So-
nice.
and that's how I do.
Okay, have you ever encountered any sort of criticism regarding what you do? And then, if you have, how did you deal with it?
Okay, right. On that, I had criticism on the editing part only, not on the photography itself, but like on the editing part,
Okay.
because I have my personalities wherein I would like to show it very colory, and then what do you say
Right,
that?
right.
How do I express that? Like, it has to be contrastful, and then
Okay. You do a lot of
right,
color grading
yeah,
and all that?
yeah, color grading. So they felt I was overdoing with the colors and all.
Gotcha, okay.
So I later on I felt okay. I learned, and then I studied on how it should be looking in the, and then what happens, I did not compromise anywhere on my photography or the compositions or the taste that I have, but just on the editing part and the editing processing part, post-processing part. So yeah, and gradually I could improve, and I believe I'm quite okay for now. Yeah.
Because we, like as you said, you put your work on social media, and then on social media, I think it's very important for us to know where the criticism is coming from.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes in a positive way from a reliable person. Sometimes people just want to hate because
Of
they
course.
Yeah,
can
they're
hate,
just
right?
sitting
Like,
there
yeah.
at the back of the
So,
computer.
It's
yeah,
always
doing
it's always
nothing.
I
Eating on
agree.
people. Yeah, eating
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be a critic.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
So here, what I believe is like on any kind of post that you make in the social medias, it can be of anything.
Right.
There is always two things, either a positive or a negative thing.
Yeah.
But people, so how you should be progressing or how I progress is like I take only into considerations the good ones.
Okay.
So basically, whatever negative comments I get, I just ignore them because it also has to make sense. Because I cannot consider everybody's opinion.
Yeah. If you start
So,
considering
yeah.
everyone's opinion, it will mess with your head.
So, exactly.
So,
So definitely, I have my genuine friends who are also good photographers, and so they are the ones who suggest me what should I be doing and how can I improve and all those things. So definitely, I take their advices now. So that's how I improve social media. And the bigger challenge with the social media is like you don't have any rights on your own
I
picture.
know. Yeah, that
Everybody
is my
agrees,
biggest
right?
pet peeve. You know, like people are using, you know, this,
Yeah, exactly.
some
Everywhere, dude.
yeah, they're into their creative work of expression, and then they're just taking it away, just using it, and you know, this is what I want people to know. Please credit
please guys, if you are using someone's
else's
It's not permission.
photograph or any
or
content,
videos.
please
give the credit, due credit.
At
They
least
deserve
tag them.
it. Yeah,
I agree.
Always do.
And at the same time, I also disagree at times because I have my own
Yeah.
opinion.
Right.
I believe state of art has to be free at all level.
That's a very interesting point.
Where what I mean here is like I don't mind anybody using my photographs as their personal, as if like I've been to places where I can see my own photograph hanging on the wall and it's just like posters, and then suddenly I feel surprised at times and I'm like, what? And at the other side I feel it's okay because it's art. Everybody should have the access to beautiful things, and
Right.
yeah, so I don't mind.
He doesn't mind.
He doesn't mind, and I love how beautifully he said it. You know, art and nature, you know, belongs to everybody, and everybody now has
Yeah.
or
Should have access to
But
the
I
beautiful
have
things
access
in
to-
India.
Yeah, but I think like once you put up any sort of content on social media, it becomes
it
public.
becomes
like,
public
but
property
I
in a
think
sense.
people also like those who have like at least like thick.
Oh yeah. Tara, at the end of the day, you know,
No,
how
it's
he
like-
looks at
yeah.
the picture, you know, how the picture was taken is it's kind of
his
his
artwork,
perspective.
yeah.
It is his, you know, he
So at
And
least
indeed, I don't feel bad that it's there. I feel happy that my picture is there and then everybody loves it. So that's the most important part for
really
me.
good to
It's about
see
my
art
self-happiness rather than about anything else. Like,
Yeah, this is. I loved how he said this. We had a session earlier, you know, before recording this, and I made a point that we should definitely record this, and I'm glad we're talking about it. I love
seeing
his
art
perspective
as an
about
art
his.
and not a commercial thing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
once you make something, especially art, you know, a commercial, then like I think your creativity or your authentic side of as an artist get lost in making money.
So basically what I'm trying to say here is like the photographs that I take is not for sale or not for any purposes except for my own thing. It's for my own happiness, so I take it. So if anybody takes my picture and photographers, I don't mind. That's okay. As far as they're happy with the product. So.
Right. But I hope they do give you like due respect and credit, and
Sure.
they.
That will be much better
you
if
know,
I can do.
They have this side of
Yeah.
admiration and appreciation for the work.
That's how you feel appreciated. No?
Right.
That's only the
Yeah.
reason. Alright.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I just wanted to ask you, like, has photography? Have you noticed, like, photography has changed your perception and your mindset regarding a lot of things in a positive way? And please give an example or
Sure,
anything
sure.
where photography has changed, helped you in changing your perception.
Okay. First, I would like to say on the prospective side, I believe having a passion on photography is one kind of improving your. It's a mode of improving your own patience, develop patience because.
Patience,
Yes,
guys, take
exactly.
notes.
And take the note.
Take the note. No,
Yeah.
seriously, but like,
True.
I can imagine as a photographer how much time it takes and then the patience it requires. So,
Because
yeah.
it requires a lot of things to be taken into consideration. So wherein you develop a lot of patience. I've recently been into this budding photography, and then this is one field where it tests my patience to the what do you say, to the extent,
Nice.
to the breaking point.
Oh.
Wherein, but there we really gain, you develop your own patience level beautifully, and that can really help into any to help you in any forms
Yeah.
in your regular life. No? So, yeah, that is the kind of advantage that we have out of photography now. And then, as you said, on the perspective side, photography basically, for me, what it is it's a frame, right? It's a frame. So I okay, to elaborate on that, I go to the landfill out there in Memelaka, and then I go and see there. Okay, it's a big mess, but my eye fall on a specific area where like it's a beautiful area there, specifically. Okay, for an example, there is a shoe left out there, which has a mud in there, and there's a plant growing out of there. So this is the beautiful side. You don't see the rest of the things, but just this frame. No? Of course, it is within that area only, but like I just look into that area, and that's what I capture. So that's the beauty. So there, what we see, what I feel is like we kind of develop a kind of what do you say that? You develop good habits out of where you'll be able to see the positive sides out of big mess, no? So I believe that is a beautiful thing to do. Yeah.
That's beautiful how you put it. You basically see a life coming out of a
Exactly.
huge mess that is out there. Mess trying to sort of take away the life, but there is this life. Despite all of it, growing and branching out. And
You always find a way to see the
Yeah,
good
that's
side
perfect. Yeah.
in that whole mess.
So
No?
photography does help
That
you
really
to see something positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
nice,
Like
nice
see-
that you got on the point.
See
Yeah.
positive. I also wanted to know, like, because these days, AI, and like it can do almost anything, right? Like, and it takes away the authenticity of someone. Like, if I was like poetry, let's say, for example, a poet, like, writing his thoughts, his perception, everything, and now you can just like write a poem about this, and AI will write it. AI will do it. So somewhere in that, like the way we look at the poets or something, it's lost. So do you think like
That's a
even
threat.
that's a threat, especially regarding the photography, because even there are like a lot of AIs where we can literally
Just generate, right?
like generate a
Oh.
photograph.
Okay.
And then,
But on that, what I would like to say is like it's not about the photo that you are creating. It's about the process of getting that picture as a photographer. That's very important because to get a beautiful picture, what you have to do, you have to travel to that specific point at a specific time,
yeah.
and you have to stand at the specific location to get that perfect picture.
Right.
So it's not just about the picture there. So it's
Right.
about the whole journey,
Process.
Yeah.
looking at the
Beautiful.
perspective, waiting for that to happen, and that time
Beautiful.
I believe AI can never substitute.
Yeah, that,
Yay!
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm so happy.
yeah, can't substitute that for that. But what do you have to say, like for people? For example, you took a photograph of, let's say, any landscape, okay, and then I'm out here sitting at my home, and I just asked asked an AI to generate a beautiful picture of landscape, and then maybe it will generate a better picture then.
I don't disagree on that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and now the story behind your picture of your landscape will be very beautiful.
Yeah.
It will be a human touch. But if I just upload that AI generated picture, visually it may look much beautiful than yours.
Yeah.
So how can we can start learning the appreciation of that human touch, you know?
Yeah. Here you.
Or is there any differences when we see the pictures? Like, do we see the differences? Because even in any art form, like people can see, you know, like what the artist has put into it at art, and then the AI generated. It may look very beautiful, but how can we tell the differences? First thing, and then secondly, like, what are the ways? I mean. How can we tell the differences first thing, and how can a public people start appreciating the hard work it takes to take pictures?
Awareness, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful question, but here I'll try to say is here I'm talking from the perspective of a photograph, right?
Right.
And for a photographer, the photo itself is it defines who you are. Yeah. So as you say, the photos generated by AI could be much better compared to the real-time photos that we have taken with the whole hard work and all. But like, as I said earlier, you know, so photography is not an end product. Yeah. Okay. So it's the whole process only. And now I'm not saying as a product as a photography, because as a photographer myself, as a patience that I have for the photography, that's more important here than the final outcome.
Right.
I can say you, I've learned somewhere saying that one photographer, he took 1,000 shots to get one kingfisher diving into the river to get the fish, and he took at exactly same point wherein he touched the river, and that was the most perfect shot that he ever had it.
Nice.
And he took 1,000 shots just to get one single shot out of there, right? And AI can just question it up, okay? Kingfisher touching 2 seconds and it's
Right?
yeah. But what's the difference there?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Wow.
One is the human, and one is the machine.
Yeah.
So now people will start appreciating the stories beyond your imagination, because I believe every individual has their own perspective, and photography is a form of expressing your photography. I mean yourself and the taste that you have there.
Yeah.
So AI will never have that kind of things, because what AI will do, it will listen to what you have put up, put it up as a statement. Okay, you want this, but what you want is the question, right? And that part, as a perspective, you'll not be able to define. I don't know. You'll not be in a position to defeat it as an individual.
Yeah, I think basically feeds
That's
upon the information that's
Instruction.
already into the
Your
system.
response to that. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing. How can AI be creative when you're not creative as a and so creativity will never be shown by AI. Never.
Yeah.
Yeah, yay!
Right?
Take that, AI.
Anything you want to?
Amazing! It's oh my god! Like we went off the chart, we went off the script, and I'm loving the conversation and all that. And now touching on since she brought the AI stuff, which I loved it, we'll talk about the journey of photography and journey of a prospective photographer, and how they will look into the future and what they expect out of this, area of interest. Yeah. So what do you have in your vision? What is photography gonna do for you and photography on the whole?
Well, personally, I feel that photography is. I cannot take it as a profession for now. And if I ever have to, I don't know. As far as it's lucrative, I may. But I also would like to restrict there being a professional photographer, because when you're a professional photographer, you have to do as per your client's requirement, because you're going to earn. out of that.
Yeah, and that
Money.
takes away
And
your
here,
freedom.
yes, I don't have any leverage on my creativity
Yeah.
and form of art. So I believe as I go into a photography field, I believe I don't want to be professionally into the photography. I don't know, at times it may be a different story, but like not as a full-time photography job, as a professional photographer, no. Because that will limit my creativity, that will limit my whole thing, the whole purpose of photography itself. So this is the reason I will not be pursuing as a professional photography field. Definitely not.
Okay.
But definitely yes, as a hobby.
But do you have any advices those who want to pursue photography as a profession? Like
Yeah,
how
sure.
they can-
Okay. Here I would like to say, what I would like to say is like you don't have to have a beautiful beard to have a beautiful photo.
Oh.
Number one point that everybody should be having
Not
into
that.
your head, because that's very important. Anybody with a single camera can be a very good photographer indeed. It's about the creativity, it's about the composition, it's about the perspective, it's about the perception, and it's all about the lighting, and it's about the story that you want to tell to the people out of that photography. So yes, so I believe everybody can do it, and then I believe in today's generation everybody has a smartphone in your hand, and then I'm sure everybody's going to be a good photographer. Just make sure you keep clicking the pictures and show yourself indeed in the form of photograph.
Cool, I love that. We will want to dive into what other hobbies that keep you
Okay,
all
okay.
energetic, motivated, and
So basically, to motivate myself and to make myself feel alive, I'm into a hobby which is associated with any form of art. So it can be sketching, painting, drawing, photography, or poetry,
okay.
whatever it is. Like any form of anything in a form of art is always has been my inspiration, and I've been always. I would love to be there all the time for any kind of project related to art. So yeah, music is always there.
And
So,
then he was also showing us a lot of carpentry thing that he
Yeah,
does,
guys,
and
please.
customized
That's
Customized,
artwork,
yeah.
artwork.
We will be
We'll probably link him up.
yeah,
down
we'll
below.
link it up and
So,
Yeah.
his company.
Yeah.
Yeah, his company, name of the company
Awesome.
below the caption. Please do check out,
Definitely,
especially if you are
definitely.
into like customized furnitures, customized
Also
Artworks.
photography, artwork, sketch.
He does that.
Sketch.
So, on moving on, just to get into that thing of living our life in an autopilot mode, what are other advices that you like to give to people who may be exploring into getting hobbies, or maybe they do have some hobbies but they may not get time, they may not get time to spend as much, and then also like those who are basically trying to cope up the whole work-life balance, the family
Yeah, I
and
wanted to come on
everything.
that one. Yeah.
So, what are the things that you do that gives you time, or how do you maintain your schedule where it gives you time to focus on both of your hobbies and then also family and work? Yeah, and then like anything you want to.
here I would like to say, what I would like to say is like every individual every individual is a special person, and every individual has a special kind of interest,
Right.
field of interest.
Right.
And here with the people who are always with their regular routine kind of job, I would like to say is you should always find time, find a way to make sure that you are in touch with the field that you are interested in. Definitely, always, either it be music, either it be photography, either it be poetry, or whatever it is, like adventure, whatever it is. You should definitely find a way to keep yourself happy. It is very important. And rest of the thing, whatever you do for the whole day, does not matter, because that's part of the job. And then these are the hobbies that will keep you alive indeed.
Love that.
So keep rocking and keep following your dreams.
Yeah.
Yep. This initiative is very beautifully done, and because you're trying to see the development side of it, it always can be which is connected to your regular life and all. And then here we are also trying to see the people's perspective, where how they feel, how they keep themselves alive, and then how they are coping up with life. So not just with the perspective and everything, but like also with the mental health of the individual. And I believe this is quite inspiring for me to see that you are taking the initiative and to bring out the people's interest, so that you'll be able to show rest of the people wherein they also have a platform where they can express their own feelings. Necessarily doesn't mean it has to be a sunny side, but it can also be
Exactly.
and then this is a platform, definitely everybody should be taking advantage on that. And then these two inspiring ladies, definitely with good vibes and a lot of energies, I'm sure they'll be shining like anything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
And
much.
then guys, like
Following them.
even today's session
Love
was,
having
even
you.
though it was mostly about photography, and but we do try to relate to our personal life as well. And then I really hope that you guys got some ideas on photography, or even ideas on having the importance of having any hobby. And if you could like somehow connect of the things that we're sharing here, and then like that's the whole idea behind
of
to
it.
share, connect, and grow together. So I really hope that you guys at least picked up something from this really fun, casual, and also productive conversation with Paresh here.
Awesome.
Thank
That's
you so much.
amazing. Love having you here.
Thank
Love
you.
having the convo.
Have a good time with these two beautiful
That
ladies
is
here.
Hive Mind for you. Bye bye.
That's the Hive
See you
Mind for
next
you.
week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.